I'm Marcy with Make It Work Marcy. Are you really worried this week about Thanksgiving coming up and making your meal? Well, I'm not, because I'm working on Thanksgiving, but I've got your back. I'm going to show you a couple of meals that you can make that are really easy, really yummy, so you can focus on baking that bird. We're going to start with chopping the onion. Using that Rachel Ray idea of like a garbage bowl or a trash bowl, I forget what she called it, but you just put your scraps from the stuff you're chopping into a bowl so you're not running back and forth to the trash can. I love my Ninja so it dices the vegetables for me so I don't have to chop them into tiny little pieces. Only using half of this can of tomatoes because it was like a 14.5 ounce and you only need like I think 8 ounces, but I can just put the rest into omelets and stuff throughout the week. I hope this part doesn't gross you out, but I just feel like this is the best way to mix it up instead of trying to use like a spoon or 2 spoons or I don't even know. Now I'm going to prepare the topping for the meatloaf, and keep in mind that the meatloaf goes in the oven for an hour, so give yourself plenty of time for this meal. Y'all know I don't mess with vegetables. And I am not ashamed of my potato game. Now it's time for the green beans, and it is basically just a bunch of garlic and butter and salt, but they are so good. Now it's time for the apple nachos. I didn't even record a recipe on here because you can adjust this in so many different ways depending on how much you want of each ingredient. But this is apple nachos, and I've never really understood why they're called that because they don't remind me of nachos in any way, but they are really good. So you want to arrange them really pretty on your tray and then start drizzling the peanut butter on. So you saw I squirted some lemon juice on them so they don't get brown. Then we're doing coconut flakes and chocolate chips and chopped pecans. Put a lot of toppings on mine. Now it's time for tuna casserole. I'm taking these mushrooms and I'm just wiping them with a wet paper towel because if you put them underneath the water, they can just get way too wet and soak up the moisture. The recipe says just to slice the mushrooms, but my family likes them to be chopped up smaller, so that's how I do it. You can see I didn't have quite enough olive oil. I had to open another bottle, but now we're going to get everything cooking. Let me know in the comments how long you leave your cream cheese out on the counter to soften, because I've tried putting it in the microwave and that didn't really work. And I just thought, is there a better way to do this? Then And the pot of water next to this pot is boiling with water now, so I'm going to put the rotini in to soften. With the tuna, make sure you put it in a bowl and like chop it up first or break it up with a fork, because if you put it directly into the pan, it just gets really chunky. So I've added the cooked pasta to the pan, and now I'm mixing everything together, and I'm going to put it in this baking dish. And you can add as much cheese and French fried onions as you want to. So I served the casserole with leftover green beans from the other night, and it was a hit.